My coffee black and my bed at 3. You're too sweet for me, baby. Yeah. What up, people? What up? What's happening? It's your friend, it's your boy, it's the man, it's the myth, it's the legend, young Milo. Bing bong, bing bong. That was a bit early for that, wasn't it? I mean, I should have said, you are listening to episode number 43 of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bitch. Yeah, the adventure must continue. That's what we know, right? Oh, I forgot to say yes. Yes, the adventure must continue, motherfucker. Okay. All right. So that's what we're doing right now. Okay. We're all, not both of us. It's not just you and me. It's actually many people all at once. We're all hooking in. We're hunkering down. We're bunkering down. We're battering. What is it? Battered down the hatches? Does that mean you got to batter the hatch? Like, I don't know if that means you got to put like pancakes on top of the hatch, or you need to fucking like slap it down with a baseball. I don't know. Like you stand. But how do you batter down a hatch in the first place? Like, if you like to batter one down, is the word batter? I've always assumed the word is batter. I think it's batter down the hatch. Is it batten down the batter? I don't fucking know, man. But I'm going with batter. But how would you batter the hatch down if you're already inside of the hatch? Like, don't you need to be outside of the hatch to batter it down? I guess I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know, bro. It's all about battering the hatches right here. I'm be fucking hatching up my pancakes and putting all kinds of tempura and shit all over them, bro. You can't fucking tell me about no batter, okay? I'm the batter god. So yeah, the adventure must continue, must keep on rolling. We must keep on doing all the things, all of the stuff, all of the time, everything, everywhere, all at once. You feel me? What I want to know today is, how would you survive a plane crash? There's been a lot of aerial disasters lately. Am I right, people? Am I right? Must be something in the air, or maybe something falling out of the air. There's not much. There's less things in the air now. Well, I suppose at this point in history, there's more things in the air than ever before, unless you're talking about birds. Like, I wonder if the bird population is bigger now than what it was like 100, 200, 1,000 years ago, or whatever. Like, at what point in time has the bird population been the highest? Because, I mean, the only things that there's more of in the sky right now is vehicles, like aircraft. And UAPs, don't get me wrong, I'm not discriminating. I'm not saying that UAPs aren't relevant or they don't have their place in the sky. But I'm just saying I'm focusing primarily on aircraft. Okay? So, yeah, lots of planes be crashing. Maybe they shouldn't have eliminated, or maybe all those whistleblowers shouldn't have committed suicide after coming out against, like Lockheed Martin or whoever. I don't know. The aerial companies, they got whistleblowers, and the whistleblowers be blowing that whistle. Blow my whistle. Blow my whistle. Yeah, it's a good song. That's a banger. Banger from back in the like noughties or the 90s or some shit. Blow my whistle. Yeah. Maybe they should have listened to the whistle that they be blowing, bruh, because it's like after the whistle gets blown, must be like one of those like Indian death horns, or Aztec like death horns. It's made out of like a skull or the horn of an animal or some shit. You blow into it and like 7 days later you die. Talking about some ring shit, man. Because after the whistleblowers be blowing the whistle, they be dying. Suicide, man. It's too much of a coincidence if you ask me. But we should be listening. We should have listened to the whistle. You got to listen to the whistle. You got to listen to the whistle and take heed, because the planes be dropping out the sky. I got interested in plane crashes, only very shallow interest in it. Like, I just a plane crashed, I'll go read about it. That's about it. That's as far as my interest goes. And then sometimes I watch YouTube videos about plane crashes. But I think MH370 was the one that got me, that started a fire in my loins. It got me all hurdly-gurdly, got me all craving for a paving, and I look like Wes Craven, you know? Because that one, I was flying a lot at that time, and I was like, well, I don't want that to happen to me, man. I don't want to fall down out of the sky from the airplane. So I already don't like airplanes that much because, A, they're uncomfortable, and like most of the time when I fly, it's been international, and the flights are long, strong, and you can't smoke a bong. So I don't really enjoy it. I'm not someone that can sleep at all anyway, even in bed. I suck at sleeping. It's a low skill of mine. I've got no sleep skills. But in a plane chair or sitting upright, forget about it. So sometimes on like those long, crazy ass international flights, I've happened to get a row to myself and I can lay down or whatever. That's okay, and then I can sleep. But it makes me think, what would I do if the plane started falling out of the sky? Yeah, I already don't like it. So at that time, I was doing a lot of international flights, as I said, and then MH370 fell out of the sky, and I was like, oh shit, that's gonna happen to me, man. It's gonna happen to me. And I always think about how the fuck would I survive a plane crash. It's probably not really possible, I suppose. But, I mean, there are plane crash survivors, but I don't know if they've done anything. Like, why don't they share what they did to survive the crash? Why isn't there a plane crash survival guide or something? I mean, I've heard of, like, I've seen, like, an infographic there. If you're falling out of the sky, then you got to aim for the trees, and then you got to, like, I don't know, do a bunch of stupid shit that's never going to happen. That's what you got to do to survive. But I think about stuff like this, man. I think about, like, what if I went and, stole all of the life vests, which are supposed to be under the seats. So, like, while everyone's hysterical and, like, breathing into their oxygen masks and passing out because they got too high oxygen levels, which is probably not a bad way to go. Hey, I should probably just sit in my chair and huff that oxygen as much as I can until I get until I pass out. That's what I should do. But is that what happens? I think that's what oxygen does, make you get high or some shit. I don't know. Maybe they should put fucking nitrous gas in there, man. So you'd be getting all high as fuck until you die. High and die, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Maybe thinking about stealing all of the life vests from underneath all the chairs, and then I go into the toilet and I let them all rip, right? So I've got like this 100 air vests, blown up life vests around me. How can you die in a life vest, man? Especially if you're surrounded by 100 of them, and I just lock the door, no one can get in. And then the plane crashes, and I'll be surviving because I bounce around inside of the toilet off of all the like airbags that I've made for myself, you know? I mean, I didn't make them, but I stole them. So there's that. I think about that. Or that's really all I've got going for me. I guess I'd prefer to probably... well, I don't know, man. I don't know anything about planes or plane crashes, so that's how you can gauge my level of interest in the topic. But, you know, sometimes I think, would it be better if I was at the arse end of the plane, like at the tail? Because that would probably slam into this mountainside last, or slam into the ground last, unless, like... Have you ever seen a plane fall to the earth tail first? Probably doesn't happen that often. I think the nose is the way to go. Like, that's if you're going to suicide by plane, like the... like German Air or Angel Wings or some fucking German Wings Air. That guy, he suicided the plane. He jumped inside of the plane and then he suicided. With everyone inside, by the way. It was a fully decked out passenger flight. And that guy went on a mission to die and take everyone with him, which is pretty tragic. See, I don't want to be in that kind of scenario. And they say that MH370 was a suicide thing as well, probably. Or like, I guess it could have been a malfunction. It could have been anything. I guess we'll probably never fucking know, right? We'll never know. That's going to perplex us to the end of time, right? But you know, there's a certain group of people that fully believe that the MH370 was sucked into an interdimensional portal by UAPs. And I'm not even making this up. You can go Google that, man. Go and Google that now. Put it in your Google box. MH370 alien abduction or UAP teleport or some shit. Warp. Yeah, it's like a wormhole. That's it, yeah. MH370 wormhole. You'll see, like, people, there's communities out there that really believe that, I've seen the little CGI video. Like, so they think that 3 UAPs came down to flew over to the plane, spun it around it and created a wormhole and sucked the MH370 off. It sucked them off into a new wormhole, man. You know what I'm saying, bruh? And out of the old one. And then the MH370 was gone forever. But it doesn't make much sense because I do believe that they found debris. Didn't a wing or something wash up on the shore of Indonesia or some shit? I don't know. I don't know anything about facts, okay? I don't know about facts, so I don't know. I'm just going by memory, and my memory is not factional. It's not. My memory is fictitious, okay? My memory be playing tricks on me because I run out of RAM in my brain and storage space, and so like the irrelevant information gets overwritten by more pertinent stuff, which is happening recent. I've got a recency bias process in my brain, which puts all the recent shit to the forefront and puts all the old, dumb, moldy ass fucking thoughts and the dusty old data banks of my brain are at the back. No one ever visits them. My consciousness don't go back there. Like when I'm thinking about my mental library, I never go back into the vault, man, because I forgot the code. Can't access the files. Can't read what was in there anyway, man. So it's just like I've got to try and see through the vault door with my mental x-ray specs and like try to remember what the fuck was going on back then. You know what I'm saying, bruh? So what would you do to survive a plane crash, man? Would you like maybe bust into the cockpit and try to land it yourself? Sometimes I feel like I got a better chance of landing a plane than the pilots do, because half the time, like I feel like the pilots don't know what they're doing anyway. Everyone's like, oh yeah, pilots are so good, but they're really just normal people that did a lot of flight simulator before they got into a plane, I guess, right? I don't know, man. I played enough video games. I think I could fly a plane with and like safely transport 100 plus people from the point of origin to the destination, you know? So maybe if a plane was spiraling out of control, I could bust in there and say, excuse me, fellas, let me take over. Could probably, I mean, that's one thing that you could do. I don't think that, I mean, maybe I would do that. I might do that. I don't know what I would do. Other than I haven't thought much further than going to the back of the plane, the tail end, or stealing all the life vests and sitting in the toilet, you know? Those are my two best options. So what would you do? I want you to put it in the comments. How would you survive a plane crash? Would you like maybe bust open the emergency door and try to jump out before the plane crashes into the ground? Like, surely that'd be better than, like, surely hitting the ground from a relatively, like, survivable jumping distance or something has got to be better than going down inside of the metal tube and getting banged the fuck up, exploded, and set on fire by 100 pounds of fucking jet fuel or whatever. I mean, 100 ton or whatever. How many fucking tons they have of jet fuel, you know? Cubic tons, bruh. And I guess even if you don't survive the traumatic fall and you get grievous bodily injuries, there's just one thing to keep in mind. They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but is that really a fact? Because I can think of a lot of people that get weaker with the more diseases and symptoms that they get. Like the more traumatic conditions, the more critical disease. What is the word? Like degenerations or afflictions that they have. The less strong that they get, like people with cancer, people that have been through like a war zone with post-traumatic stress, people that get a brutal injury and like it fucks up their spine and they can't raise their left arm properly anymore, or they can't walk, you know. There's lots of things that make you weaker, as a matter of fact, even if you do survive them. And sometimes I guess it would be preferable to have just been killed in the first place. Like I can't imagine how shitty it would be. Like I guess the first thing that comes to mind is there was that dude that's I don't know who the dude was, but if you know about this guy, then you'll know about the dude, right? He like spent his entire life. I think he was in the war or something, or he was in the military or the army, and like something happened to him. I don't know, maybe he got exposed to chemicals or some shit. I can't remember, man. You know, I told you my brain doesn't fucking deal in facts. It deals in feelings, okay? But there was a guy, and he spent like 100 years inside of a giant iron lung. Like just his entire life, he's just been laying down in this machine with his head poking out the top of the machine, and people come and talk to him, and that's his whole life. You know, that'd suck, I think. I think that would suck. So yeah, that would be pretty bad. I think I'd rather die in that position. Or imagine if you're getting robbed, and then someone like, you know, cuts both of your kidneys open, and then you survive that, but you're only given like a few months to live, and like your last months living are just stuck in a hospital bed and paralyzed because the guy managed to sever your spinal cord or whatever too. So like you can't piss or drink alcohol or beers, right? And you're stuck in bed. You can't move your feet. Can't probably even like make your erection hard anymore or anything. You just dick withers away for the last 6 months of your life. That would be really great. That would be really the way that I wish that I could spend my life. Duh, not. Have you ever had a fly come into the room? Like okay, hang on, let me start again. Let me put it this way. What is up with insects that like, okay, flies. What is up with flies that won't exit the room, man? It's like, I was sitting in the office in the warehouse the other day, and there was this fly buzzing around for like just forever, man. It would not leave, and it just makes me think like, don't you have anything better to do? Don't you have any kind of like fucking instinct, some natural fucking direction inside of you to go and do something instead of just buzzing around in circles? What do they think they are trying to accomplish, man? Or like, what do you think you're doing here? Just you're not meant to be in the office in the first place. This is a man-made environment, man, and you're not one of the employees. You're just buzzing around, making a lot of noise, being a complete nuisance, getting like swatted at. Like, you know, every time it came around me, I was like trying to karate chop it. Don't you think that like it would be a good idea to get out of the danger zone? Like, it's remarkable that flies have ever managed to fucking survive to year 2025 anyway, man. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because it's fucking, they're so dumb. Flies are dumb as shit, bro. That's why they eat shit. You see flies all over shit, eating it and laying their eggs on it and doing whatever the fuck, man. Flies love shit because they got shit for brains and they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, I can't imagine that was really any food in the office. There's no other flies in there either. Like, you're not going to find food, sustenance. You're probably going to be exposed to, like, chemicals or some shit that the flies shouldn't be exposed to. And you're just, like, using up all of your energy just flying around in fucking circles, man. Don't you want to, like, go and mate? You know? Lay some eggs and fucking make some babies or some shit, man. Or do whatever a fly does. Like, get fully laden full of maggots and let them flop out your fucking ass or whatever, man. I don't know how fly reproduction works, but I guess it's something like that, right? But don't you have like some kind of biological imperative or survival instinct to get the fuck out of this goddamn prison cell? Like, and it's not like they're fucking trapped in there, man. Like, can't the fly feel the draft or the wind direction and find its way to the massive open door, which is like fucking 50,000 times the size of itself, instead of just going around and around and around and around and around and around being fucking dumb, bro? I don't get it, man. I don't get what flies be doing. Maybe that fly was like impaired. Maybe it was a brain damaged fly. He probably ran into the window too hard, or I don't know, like, as I said, maybe got exposed to some dangerous fly debilitating chemicals inside of the warehouse or something, or maybe he just was high off of his last fucking shit-sucking session, and he come into the office to, like, I don't know, just annoy me and, like, piss me off, man, you know what I'm saying, bruh? So, yeah, flies, not a big fan, but out in the bush, they're even worse, dude. Out in the bush where I come from, I'm a bush guy. I was born in a small little baby country town in the middle of nowhere where they filmed Mad Max, okay? The Mad Max movie, the original one, not Furioso or any of these other fucking, the new shitty ones that I haven't watched none of those. I don't even know if they're shit, actually. I can't. Fury Road or whatever. I haven't watched none of them. But the original one was shot in my hometown kind of thing, right? And let me tell you, the flies out there, dude, they be fucking, they be like gang stalking you, dude. They be stalking in gangs. And they don't leave you alone. They, like, you swat at the fly and, like, less than fucking a microsecond later, it's gone from the right shoulder to the left. And they just bombard you and swarm you. And they are absolutely fucking, you know, really arrogant, indiscriminate. And they just do not give a fuck, bruh. They will harass the shit out of you, and then they'll go down on your shit that they just harassed out of you, and they suck that up too, because flies are fucking cunts, man. All right. So you walk around out there, and you bring, like, you snap a leafy twig from a tree, and you use that to swat the flies off your back. Or if you're a dirty grommet, or just like someone who's totally used to it, you can just fucking let them all just stay on your back, because sometimes they settle down and then they just perch on your back and they stay there. So yeah, you can take the fly with you for a little journey. Maybe they get tired and they need a rest and need some of that back sweat, because you'd be sweating out in the bush, man. It's hot and it's dry, and all you be doing is just sweating in the sun. And then the flies are attracted to the pheromones in the sweat, and then they come and rub their fucking proboscis all over your body. They're probably after that essential nutrients that you'd be sweating out, man. They want that sweat.
Milo experience.
But maybe I shouldn't be so harsh on the flies. I don't know what they'd be thinking, man. I've always thought that insects are like little robots or whatever. But like some flies be diving you and like crashing into things and bumping into stuff like they're fucking going down like an MH370 or some shit. Oh, and by the way, what about the MH70 that got hit by a fucking Russian missile? That one was pretty bad, right? And then I guess I forgot to mention the other recent plane crashes because I'm going to date the episode. Like, people got to know. There was the Black Hawk Apache helicopter or whatever the fuck in the USA crashed into a commercial airline. How the fuck, man? What? Like, what? And then, like, other planes, there was, like, the Korean one that just went down too. And then there was another one. Like, it's just so many fucking plane crashes. And the flies be trying to fuck... I guess the flies wanted to fucking, I don't know, the copycat sort of suicide bomb killer or whatever. I don't know what they be doing, but that's what the flies be doing, bro. But yeah, I probably shouldn't. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what the flies be thinking or what they really want to be doing. Sometimes I think they have no thoughts in their brain at all. I don't even know why they even exist or what the point of their life is. Don't they ever question the point of their life? Like, what am I doing? What am I doing just flying around? Like, all I do is fly around and then I land and then I fly and then I land and then I fly. Accomplishing nothing, doing nothing, man. They just do nothing, bro. Or at least that's what it seems like from the outside, but I guess you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, or should you? Because I'd be thinking that, like, shouldn't a cover of a book be like a cover of anything? Like, I guess it's a metaphor, right? When people say is that a euphemism? It's a phrase, right? Never judge a book by a cover, but they really mean never? Like, if you see a snake, here's another saying, is like, black next to yellow can hurt a fellow, but red next to black can't hurt Jack. Is that correct? I don't even know if I got that the right way around. It could be red next to... It could be, I don't know, some shit. But, there's some kind of rhyming fucking thing for that. Like, so don't be... Like, you got to judge some things by their cover, right? Like snakes. You got to be judging snakes by the cover. Spiders. Like, if I see a spider that's just all brown and hairy, I know it's like... Or grey and hairy, I know it's a huntsman or some shit. They're not going to harass me. Or I see a daddy long-legged spider, right? They can't even bite you. I think their teeth are too small to bite or puncture human flesh or some shit like that, right? So yeah, I'd be judging those spiders based on their appearance. But like when it comes to like entertainment media, don't you think that like part of the marketing and the appeal and the attraction, the intrigue, the green flags that you'd be looking for should be like part of the package or part of the whole? Like, you should be judging it. You should be judging it on its appearance, right? Like, I'm not going to look at some Mills and Boon front cover and it's got like some classical painting of a lady being wooed by a vampire in a ball gown or some shit, right? And think that, oh yeah, great, I really need to read this because it's going to be tactical espionage, action, Metal Gear Solid, NSA type shit, military industrial complex type stuff, bruh. Nah. And furthermore, books and like DVDs when they existed and like movies, VHSs and stuff, if you remember that shit, going to the video store to look at stuff to rent, bring it home before it was all available on the internet. Yeah, you'd be judging that shit. But like I was about to say, they'd be putting blurbs on the back, man, There's like a little write-up, a little description, a little bit of something for you to get a hint about what the fuck it's all about, man. And you can try to understand what this shit is really trying to be saying and what it's got to be doing with or whatever, So, like, are you supposed to not trust the blurb? You read the back of the book or the back of the thing and it says, like, this book is about blah, 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 blah. You're supposed to go, oh, I don't know. If you're really not interested, or like you're supposed to give it the benefit of the doubt, oh, hey man, look, I shouldn't be judging this book by its cover. I should really get to know it first. I should probably spend some time with it, have a proper conversation, a deep and meaningful sort of soul-searching session with it, get to know it, become familiar, and then decide if I want to continue or not. Like, but you don't have time for that, man. We don't have time for that type of shit, bruh. You know what I'm saying, man? Because there's only a limited amount of time in this universe that we get to live before we all expire. Because even if you do live like forever, you're not constrained by the biological fucking shackles of humanity. Like maybe you're some kind of robot or AI or something. Like eventually the universe is going to experience heat death and there'll be no more energy and no more power. And then like the whole thing will probably collapse in on itself and then the Big Bang will happen all over again. Or I don't know how it works, but like, nature be cyclical, man. Cyclical. It goes around in circles, bruh. So yeah. No time to be getting real intimately familiar with the ins and outs of that type of shit. Yeah, so I'll be judging shit all the time by its appearance, judging it by its aesthetic, judging it by its fucking looks, man, okay? But that's me. I'm a real shallow dude like that. And I mean, there might be some people that have got all the time in the world. Like, time is a luxury to some people. I suppose if you're rich, you can afford servants and personal assistants and all these other corner cutting sort of techniques that will keep you on track and all that. And then you don't have to find your way back to do any work because that hurts. And there's nothing like a squirt of alcohol with a little bit of lemon into your mouth. I'd rather be doing that than working. I decided that I'm tired of eating. I don't want to eat anymore. I'm just tired of it. I'm over it. So I'm not going to eat. I'm not eating anything ever again. Or at least, I mean, I don't want to commit to, that's too much. That's going way too far. I don't want to say ever again. Like, I'm just sort of like heated. I'm just like all sort of excited by, I'm just like, I'm fed up, really. I'm fed up with eating. You know what I mean? I am fed up with eating because it's time consuming. You got to take big shit afterward or whatever. And like, I'm just tired of putting crap into my body. And it's not even crap. Like, I be eating nutrient dense stuff. I be having a varied diet of like vegetables, a little tiny bit of grain, mostly vegetables and meat. A lot of meat, less veggies than meat, and far less grain than either of them. Oh, except for pasta. Sometimes I be eating pasta, you know what I mean? Pasta is like the best type of grain. I don't like cereal. I mean, I like cereal and I like bread, but they basically just break down into sugar immediately and they're shit. And plus they're bad for people that have like celiac disease or Crohn's disease or some shit, I guess. I don't fucking know. See, I don't know about anything, man. But I know that grain sucks and it's shit. And even if grain was good, that's not the point of what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm just tired of eating stuff, man. It's like a constant, every day, putting stuff into my belly and like having to, like, within 12 to 24 hours just shitting it all out. I'm just tired of it, man. Tired. It's ceaseless, dude. It's becoming a chore. And like, I eat lots of really tasty stuff like tacos, pizzas, roast beef, roast pork, roast lamb, burrito, I said taco, chicken, fried chicken, Korean fried chicken. I be eating all types of stuff, Subway sandwiches, and what else? Oh, pho, Vietnamese soup dish, ramen. I love ramen, bruh. I love food. Maybe I will eat some more, but not now and not soon. Like, I'm going on a food strike. I'm just tired of it. I'm fed up. No more food for me until I get hungry again, I guess, because I don't want to die yet. We all got to die eventually, and I suppose I do want to die. Like, I don't want to live forever. That sounds fucked up, especially if you age, which we all do, right? I assume that we all part of the aging process. I don't want to become a shriveled up old man. Like, I want to get so far old, but I don't want to be like completely incapacitated or like, not being able to get up out of bed or walk myself to the corner store or get about or whatever, That would suck. And like pissing out of a catheter and on kidney dialysis and fucking Lord knows what, taking diabetic pills, probably get an amputated foot because I drink too much beer, So I don't think I want to get that far. So maybe at that point I'll go on a hunger strike and just wither away until I die. Because they don't, like, guns are not really legal in Australia like that, I guess. Like, guns are legal. You can go get a gun license. My friend has one, and I presume he owns a gun too. But it seems like a lot of rigmarole to just shoot yourself in the head. Like, in America, I guess you can easily acquire a gun. You can probably just walk into a place, they do a background check, and Bob's your uncle, right? I don't know. I don't know the way it works over there. I don't know anything. This is the episode where I don't know anything, okay? So I need you to tell me things, okay? I need you to put stuff into the comments now. Go down in the comments and fact check everything that I said today, because I know it's all wrong and it's probably all bullshit in the first place, right? So go down and put down all the facts down there, okay? So yeah, I'm not eating anymore. I'm just going to go on a bit of a food strike. Maybe I'll go into a mountain and meditate. I'm going to meditate with some monks and I'll go into seclusion. I'll become fully reclusive and just sit in a dark cave with my legs crossed and like my index finger is touching my thumb and I'm like resting it on my knees and I'm just like, I don't know, I'm in complete silence. I was thinking about maybe like moaning or humming a chakra or some shit like or like doing some of that throat stuff, or like, I don't know, like maybe I should just pour over some texts by candlelight in the middle of a cave or something. I'll get some scrolls, some Dead Sea Scrolls, and just like start getting some knowledge in my brain, because I seriously lack facts up there, as I'm demonstrating right now. So yeah, maybe that'd be a good retreat. Yeah, that's the word. I'm going to retreat. I'm going to go on a no food retreat where I read the Dead Sea Scrolls in the mountains inside of a cave. with other monks, and we're all going to become super enlightened to the point where we no longer need to eat food or even drink water. I'm not actually, I like drinking water, to be honest. I don't want to let that go. I don't think I'll let that go. And I'll probably die sooner if I don't drink water as well. I heard that you can survive on water for a pretty long time. But you can't, you can go without food and just drink water, and you can survive much longer than if you just eat food and don't drink water. Is that a fact? I don't know. Maybe I just made that up too. I'm really in two minds today. I'm just riddled with self-doubt. I have no confidence. I'm getting nowhere in life, and I don't know what I'm doing with myself. I should just end it all now, right? I'm just playing. I'm not going to do any of that. But you know what I'm saying, dude? That's what it feels like sometimes, like right now, and it's a fact. Okay, well, that's just about enough for one day, people. Just about enough for one day. Life updates. Working on music. I got a new album project. Anyone familiar with it's a metal album, metal. Anyone familiar with my metal music know that it's usually rooted in the thrash metal, death metal, black metal, extreme blast beat, grindcore type stuff, right? But different direction. This one's going for a heavy, deep, sludge, groove, hardcore sort of mix. Pretty proud of the way it's coming along. I'm quite excited, quite happy with it. So it's far away from being released, but it's already sounding amazing. So there's that. I tried out on vocals for a band the other day, and I don't know what's going to happen with that, but time will tell. Maybe I'll go somewhere with that band. Maybe we'll go for more rehearsals and end up doing live. I don't know what's going to happen. It's a wait and see thing. Play by ear, right? Touch and go. I guess that's about it. So, if you are listening on YouTube, you know what to do, tube. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go and hit the like button. If you leave a comment saying, "Hey Milo," I will love and like that comment, and I'll respond to it. Okay. And if you're listening on Spotify, you're that guy. And you can follow the podcast there. You can like the podcast episode. You must rate the podcast out of 5, duh. And I always post a little poll that you can interact with, right? I think the poll only lasts about 7 days after the episode's posted. So make sure you go and press a button on the poll, and I'll read the results of the poll, okay? So, that was episode number 43 of the Milo Podcast. Bing bong, bing bong. I will see you in the next episode. And don't forget, if you still have a dream, you must be asleep.